They dumped trash on my land, so I gave them a cent they'll never forget. I came home from work to find 3 black garbage bags and a broken lawn chair dumped right in my side yard on top of a bright HOA notice. Community refuse collection point. Temporary use. I wasn't even part of their community. My tiny 1-acre plot sat just outside their HOA gates, grandfathered in from when my grandfather refused to sell. He used to joke that he'd rather fight off coyotes than deal with a homeowners association. Apparently they decided my land was the perfect overflow dump site for their annual neighborhood cleanup. I called the HOA president, thinking maybe it was a mistake. Nope, she told me flat as could be, we'll pick it up in a week, so just leave it there. I told her I wanted it gone immediately. She laughed, said, "Oh, it's just trash," and hung up. That's when I remembered something. My cousin runs a small-scale organic farm about 10 miles away. And on that farm he has something very potent, something that makes garbage smell like roses in comparison. Liquid manure. The next morning, I drove out to his place. We loaded a 55-gallon drum into the back of my old pickup, strapped it down, and I brought it home. I rolled it to the property line, just inside my side of the boundary, directly across from the HOA's fancy brick entrance and flower beds. I poured it in a long, even strip, letting it soak deep. Then, I took my rake and gently turned over the soil to really activate the aroma. Within hours, the smell rolled through the neighborhood like a slow-moving fog you couldn't outrun. It seeped into open windows, clung to laundry drying on clotheslines, and made evening dog walks a form of punishment. The HOA president came storming up my driveway in designer sunglasses, waving her arms like she was swatting invisible flies. "This is unacceptable. What is that smell?" I smiled, leaned on my rake and said, "Fertilizer, perfectly legal. Just getting my soil ready for spring planting." She threatened to call the county. I encouraged her to. 2 days later, the county inspector came out. He took one whiff, chuckled, and told her I wasn't breaking any laws. She left without another word, gagging the whole way back to her car. By day 3, the HOA Facebook group was in full meltdown mode. "We can't eat dinner outside. My kids won't play in the yard. It smells like a porta-potty exploded." I kept my mouth shut and my drum of manure handy. Every 2 days, I'd refresh the strip just enough to keep the stink alive and kicking. On day 5, the HOA sent 2 guys in reflective vests to clean up the garbage they dumped on my land. They didn't ask, they just did it, but I told them the smell wasn't going anywhere until we had an agreement in writing. The next morning the president returned, this time with a manila folder and a forced smile. They offered to pay for full lawn restoration where the trash had been, plus a $10 nuisance fee for my trouble if I'd stopped the fertilizing. I shook my head. Not enough. I wanted in writing that you will never dump so much as a leaf on my property again. If you do, you owe me $50,000 per day until it's gone. She signed before the smell could get worse. That evening, I watered down the strip and let the breeze do the rest. Within a day, the stench faded. If you want more HOA revenge stories like this, hit like, subscribe.